What is reality? What is knowledge? What is the meaning of life? These big questions have puzzled humanity for centuries. Sometimes we tackle them figuratively. Life as a journey down a road, a climb, a war, or even a flicker of flame. Over 2,400 years ago, one of history's most famous thinkers, Plato, proposed a striking metaphor: life as a cave. Imagine this. You've lived your entire life in a dimly lit room, chained in place, staring at a blank wall. Shadows flicker and dance before you, and you're told these shadows are reality, all that exists. Then one day the chains are loosened and you're led to a doorway. At first, the light outside is blinding, painful even. But as your eyes adjust, you see the truth. A vibrant, expansive world you never knew was there. How would it feel to step into that light for the very first time? This vivid metaphor comes from Plato's Allegory of the Cave, written in Book 7 of the Republic. In it, Plato uses the cave to explore ideas of justice, truth, and beauty. His story isn't just about philosophy or enlightenment, it's about us, our fears, our assumptions, and the invisible chains that hold us back. Today, we're going to explore how to recognize and break free from the mental caves we all live in, so we can step into the light of our true potential. Plato's Allegory of the Cave begins with prisoners, chained in a dark cavern since birth. All they see are shadows projected on a wall, mere illusions of reality. For them, these shadows are the whole truth. Occasionally, people pass by a fire behind the prisoners, carrying objects that cast these shadows. The prisoners name and classify the shadows, believing they're perceiving actual entities. But one prisoner is freed and brought outside. At first, the sunlight hurts his eyes, and he resists the disorienting brightness. Slowly, however, he begins to see the world as it truly is: the sun, the trees, the sky. He realizes the shadows were just fragments of the bigger picture. Now think about your own life. What are the shadows on your wall? Are they the expectations of others? The stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you can or can't do? These shadows might feel real because they've been there so long, but what if they're just projections, illusions? Let's reflect. What stories have you believed about yourself that might not be true? Perhaps, I'm not good enough, or I'll never succeed. What if these beliefs are simply shadows in your cave, waiting to be questioned? The shadows on our walls aren't just personal beliefs. They're often shaped by the culture we live in. From a young age, we're conditioned to adopt societal norms. If you are enjoying this video, please consider liking, subscribing, or sharing. It helps the channel immensely. Thank you. Values and expectations. What success looks like, how we should behave, even what we're allowed to dream. These cultural shadows can feel like absolute truths, but they're not. Consider how cultural narratives shape our choices. Our modern, superficial culture often glorifies materialism, appearance, and self-promotion. Social media amplifies these shadows, turning likes and followers into markers of worth. In a society driven by capitalism, we're told that success means relentless productivity and accumulating wealth. These messages are powerful, but they're also limiting. They reduce human value to economic output or surface-level validation. But what about reality itself? What if the very fabric of what we think reality is has been distorted? Quantum mechanics, for instance, teaches us that the world doesn't operate in a fixed, linear way. Particles can exist in multiple states at once, and observation itself changes outcomes. For someone deeply rooted in a traditional, deterministic view of reality, a spiritual awakening that introduces these ideas can shatter their understanding of how the world works. What if our shadows include rigid beliefs about reality that don't align with the expansive truths science and spirituality reveal? In Plato's story, the freed prisoner struggles to adjust to the light. At first, it's blinding and painful. This discomfort represents the challenge of facing truths we've avoided. Breaking free from limiting beliefs isn't easy. It's uncomfortable. It means confronting fears, questioning habits, and stepping into the unknown. The same applies to cultural conditioning, capitalism's illusions, and even our perceptions of reality itself. Letting go of deeply ingrained narratives can feel disorienting. You might question who you are without them, or fear judgment from others. For example, stepping away from a culture of superficiality or choosing to prioritize well-being over productivity can provoke resistance, not just internally, but from those around you who remain in the cave. Imagine someone stepping away from a high-pressure career because they've realized their worth isn't tied to their job title or income. At first, they might feel lost or judged. Similarly, someone who learns to see reality through the lens of interconnectedness and potential may feel isolated among those who cling to old paradigms. But as they redefine success and reality on their own terms, they find a deeper sense of fulfillment. The same is possible for you. When the prisoner finally adjusts to the light, they see the world in all its beauty. They've left the cave behind. This is what happens when you challenge and let go of your limiting beliefs, cultural conditioning. You gain clarity. You see life as it truly is, not as the shadows painted it to be. The journey out of the cave is transformative, but it begins with a single step: the courage to question the shadows. Thank you for joining. May your journey out of the cave lead you to clarity, courage, and freedom.